Hello everyone, it's SystemCollapse and this is StoneBlock. Everyone's had a day today. I'm having pretty good with myself. I did between episodes. I didn't do too much. I did do a little tiny bit of stuff though, so let's kind of take a look there and kind of get right to it. Yeah, over here, I guess all I really did was kind of clear out all the things in here that had the EMC, so there's not really much left in here. Oh, I do need these dimlet parcels. Let's grab some of them. They're pretty cool. We're going to be getting into Dimension today. We're going to go ahead and grab all this. I did switch it over to red batter blocks, and there's well over 1 billion EMC in here now. So, yeah, our system had a ton of it in there. I do have the mod farms off right now because I don't really need them on anymore. Why am I popping in here? We're going to throw that in the transmutation table. Just get an idea how much we have. And we have 1,754,000,000. So that is actually pretty insane and pretty decent at the same time. So let's actually ditch some of that stuff. What we're going to get to today is create a dimension. We're going to set up over there. That's nothing but emerald. And then we're going to set up a builder, kind of mine all that emerald, and then pump it into probably a condenser and get us a whole lot of EMC kind of built up. Main reason we need that is for when we finally get to the point of the infinity catalyst, which is something we're probably going to start working on in the next video. We're going to need a ton of EMC. So we're going to have to go ahead and create one infinity catalyst at, after that point, we really don't need the entire setup. We really just need to make the one, because this has an EMC value on it. I did update the pack in the new version. So in the old version, the one before this, they had upped the cost of the infinity catalyst to a ridiculous amount. It's still a really big amount, but it was like 7.7 billion. Now it's 3.4, so that's much more doable, because we do need a fair amount of these. I mean, we need this for all the armor. We need it for the swords when we get there. We need it for the sword of the Cosmos. We need it for the pants. You know what I mean? We just need a bunch of these. And we also need it for the agates, right? I forgot all about that. Yeah, we need a lot of them. So we're going to need tons and tons and tons of EMC. So I think the easiest way to do that is going to be with a diamond block. Not diamond ore, but actual diamond block dimension. And we're going to do that with RF Tools dimension. So we're going to go to, what is it, RF Tools. And we're going to go to dim here. Go and check that out. And start making some of our machines here. We're going to actually need to make a machine frame. Let's do that. Probably make a copy of it. Go ahead and grab you, pop you out. Just throw you in the system. Then we always have machine frames. And yeah, let's go ahead and make the main machine. So we need the dimension describer. We're going to go ahead and grab the dimension builder, because why not? We're also going to need the dimension editor. And we're going to need the dimlet workbench, actually. And we're going to have to open up some of those dimlets to get the piece we need. So these dimlet parcels, they are dropped by Enderman. And when you kind of just hold the right click with them, it'll just kind of keep opening them. You get all these parts here. You're going to need a bunch of these parts. We actually don't need that many parts. We just need very specific ones, and we didn't get them all right there. So I'm going to have to open up a bunch more. But I'm going to go ahead and make the workbench real quick. I'm going to grab some cobble, probably, for some placement blocks. What else do we need here? We need some points, because we are going to have to manage some power here. So grab some points. And maybe it's conduit for power. Actually, let's just use the cryo flux ducts, because these do take a fair amount of power here. There we go. And we'll just kind of come across here a little bit, set up these machines, probably set them in the wall here. Be a pretty good little spot. So I'm going to take the workbench, and it's going to start filling up with all these little dimlet parts. And this is going to be where we make the parts to build our dimension. So it's a little complicated how to do this the first time. After you've done it a few times, it's not that a big deal. I hopefully explain it decently. You'll definitely know how to make the emerald dimension when I finish here. And you could probably work from there, I guess. I don't even know if we need this one, the editor. We probably won't end up using it, but it doesn't hurt to have it. But we'll pop that right there. Then throw the describer there. So these are the 4 base machines we need here. So that's pretty cool. We do need to get power to this. So let's kind of get that done, I suppose. There we go, and there we go. Go ahead and grab ourselves a point. Pop that puppy right on the back of this one. Cool. And then we just use some cryos for the rest. That should handle the power. Make sure we have transfer limit off. That's pretty awesome. This one here, the builder, is going to use a lot of power to actually power up the dimensions and the upkeep of the dimension. So when you make a dimension, it actually costs power to keep it running. If it runs out of power, the dimension is still kind of there, but if you travel there, you take void damage. So you always want to keep them powered. But the upkeep on this dimension is probably going to be about 100,000 per tick. So it's not a cheap thing to do, but it's well worth it. Anyway, let's drop this stuff off. There we go. And we actually need to open up a bunch more dimlet parcels. So let's do that real quick. I just need to make sure we have all the parts that we actually need, because we need to start making parts. We only have 6 parts to make to actually get this going, but hopefully we get everything we need here. We'll just open up another stack, listen to a little dinging. I'll definitely have to quiet that down, because it does sound like a ding-a-ling bell. Very loud in my head. We did not get the tier 3 energy that we need. Did we get any tier 5s yet? We didn't even get a tier 5 dimlet control rarities either. It's being cheap, man. Did we get the power at least? Yeah, we got the powers. Okay. So I'm going to have to open up one more stack, hopefully. Hopefully just one more stack. And then we'll have to go and do our absorbers. So we have to kind of... So when you build dimensions here, you can do it completely random. And doing it random is cool. I mean, you can find some really cool stuff and get some really cool dimensions. Some of them are actually pretty neat. But for the most part, I mean, you really want to go for specific things. And I'm actually just going for, you know, to get EMC. So I really want to target exactly what we're going for, which is why I'm doing it the way I'm going to be doing it here. Drop that off. Yeah, I think we get all the parts here now. Drop you off. Drop you off. I think we have all the dimlet parts, so that's cool. We'll go over which ones we need here in a couple minutes. But we need to make 2 things right now. We're going to make 2 different absorbers. One is going to be called the material absorber. We're going to grab that. Then we're also going to need a biome absorber. And we're going to grab that. We're also going to need 2 stacks of emerald. Sweet, sweet. And then we're going to take the biome one and head over here. I know it's plains right here, so I'm going to go ahead and take the biomes one. I'm going to throw it right down. And you can see there it has a percentage. It actually went up 1%. So basically what this one does, it makes a crafting component that kind of aligns itself to a set biome. It doesn't really matter what biome I use. I just don't want it to be deep ocean, because that's more for liquid, or ocean or beach or anything like that, because I don't want to have any liquids in this dimension at all. I just want emerald. So that's why I'm kind of working on this one here. And then we have to go make an actual part. What I need here is an acceleration one, because I don't feel like waiting for 10 minutes. And this way we do it very quickly. Pretty sweet. Gotta love the good old acceleration one. Awesome. That just saved me a ton of time. Sweet. Anyway, there we go. We got one part here. The next one, I guess, is going to be just setting up this absorber. This is the material. This is one that's basically going to just tell... Well, we got to make another part, right? But it's basically going to just tell it what to make. And it's going to be nothing but emerald. So we have to feed it 128 blocks of emerald for it to be able to align itself to, you know, be able to do that. So that is pretty cool. And it is almost done here, I think. Actually, we're at 60%. And once we have 2 stacks, we are completely finished. If we can go ahead and make the 2 parts we need to make. The other 4 parts we're going to make, we can actually just straight up craft. So that is pretty awesome. Anyway, let's break you. And let's head here and actually make our parts. So the first one we want to make is probably the emerald one. So let's go to emerald. We need to find it. You can see here, you can even make like molten emerald, but we're not going to do that. We want to make emerald block. Yeah, right there. Block of emerald. Double click there. It actually put everything in. So we need a dimlet control circuit. Rarity 5. I believe these go up to rarity 6. If you're going to do, you can do like a dimension with dragons. You would need rarity 6. Those ones are really rare. They're like 1 in 1,000. Oh, why did I do that? Anyway, you need your base part. You need the advanced memory unit. You need a material type. And advanced energy module. But I just double click. That way you don't even have to think about it. Here you go. So that is our first one. And that's what tells us, you know, the cost of each part, right? So each part you add has an RF cost kind of attached to it. So this one, crate cost is 80 RF a tick. 80,000, sorry. Maintain cost is 20,000. So that is kind of how that works there as well. The next part we need to make, I think, is going to be planes, because that's what we absorbed, right? Planes one should be pretty cheap. Yeah, 100 RF, 0 RF. And that's pretty cool. So we already got our first 2 parts there. So that's the only 2 we really need to do there. We're going to go ahead and make one. It's called, I think, single controller dimlet single. We're going to need some shard. Let's go ahead and grab some of them. Let's grab a few. Dimensional shards. I got all my dimensional shards from the nether, the builder there. I never did anything with that stuff pretty much, except for these shards. So definitely a thing. I'll just grab a stack of those for all that matters. But this one here, the controller dimlet single, basically is just make it so when we make our dimension, it's only going to be a single kind of biome, no matter what. So it's kind of how that works. My main way of making my dimensions, because you could do this different ways, There's all the like infinite amounts of ways of kind of making your dimlets. This one takes all the randomness out of it. And I'm just doing it away. Yeah, I just want to eliminate all the randomness and just make sure we get nothing but the dimension with blocks of emerald and nothing else, basically. So it just makes everything a lot more simple. So we have a controller, we have biome, then we have the material. The next one would be kind of the terrain type, and we're going to grab this one here. Terrain type flat. This can just tell it to be a nice flat world. Don't have to worry about any elevations or anything like that. You can even make a void world if you want to, but there's actually a whole bunch of terrain types. Islands, I mean, there's lost cities, there's tons of stuff. You can do some really cool worlds with the terrain types. The next one we're going to grab, I think it's called No Effect. When you create a dimension, it's very random, like I said. You could get a dimension with that had an effect, say, Wither 3. And you just go to dimension, you would take Wither 3 damage the entire time, no way to stop it. This just kind of gets rid of that of randomness. And then we want one more. I'm trying to remember. No effect. Oh, no feature. We go ahead and grab that one. Go. Effect. Feature dimlet. Yeah, there we go. Effect none. There we go. That's the one we want. Effect none. That's going to make it so... Oh, I just made 2 effect ones. No feature. Totally make the right one here. This one here, the feature one. So the feature is stuff like you could get a dimension that was full. Well, not full, but it would have tons of, say... lost cities, or you get, I guess, no, that wouldn't be terrain. You could get one that had a lot of, say, water temples. You know what I mean? And then we have the liquids that come along with them. I don't want to deal with that, so I'm just going to grab the feature none dimlet, and that'll kind of take care of that. Now that we have all that stuff, though, we can actually make our actual kind of dimension here. We're going to go ahead and grab, I think it's called a dim tab. Grab that. Need one of those. Grab that, and we can pop that into the actual inscriber. Put that right there. And now when you put items in here, this is kind of where you kind of build the thing. They'll all get put in this dimension tab. But when you put them in, if you don't have it built right, it'll tell you. So right there, it says too few biomes specialized for a single. So we need a biome. So right there, there's our biome. We know what we need. I could build that one right now. It would build us the dimension with a whole bunch of randomness, except for no matter what, it would be planes. So that's how that works, right? I want to add the material, but it's going to tell us that it has a dangling modifier. Whenever you add a material, you also need a terrain type. So I'm going to go ahead and add the terrain dimlet, and it's going to be okay. These ones don't matter, so I can just pop those in there. And I can actually just store this now. Sweet. And I've got realized dimension, and yeah, we can get this done. So let's get it finished up here. To actually build the dimension, all we have to do is pop it in there. It's going to take a while to charge this thing. I believe this dimension, because the creation cost is 401,000, it's going to have a 40 million RF buffer in it. So it doesn't really tell you that on this. But when it's done, you'll be able to see it here. And it's going to take a little bit of time too, because you can see there's only 5%. No way to really speed that up, because that machine only will take power so quickly. Although you could infuse the machine. You could go to infuser, I think it's called. This here. And you can infuse most of the R-full machines. You can see their infusing bonus, reduce power consumption. With that one, I think it reduces the, like you can actually make that machine, then you throw, say, this dimension builder and then pump shards into it, dimensional shards, and they'll kind of buff their machines. But this one will kind of reduce the creation cost, and I think makes it faster too. But I'm not going to bother. We got a couple more things to make anyway. The next thing we're going to make here, we're going to make the matter transmitter. Probably make one of those puppy. Actually, I think we need 2. Then a matter receiver. Go ahead and make one of them. Cool. And this is just a little teleport system with RF tools. Let's go to dialing. Go ahead and make a dialing device as well. Awesome. And we're just going to make it so we kind of teleport back and forth really easy. Plus, we need to be able to teleport there. That's what we need. Did I put my cryos back? Yes, I did. Let me grab them. Probably set up the teleporter like right up over here by the machine somewhere. Kind of in line. That'll work. Go. Probably just dig down. We'll just put it on the floor for all that it matters. Go ahead and grab an actual point. Probably pop that down there. Sweet. Set that to main. Then we will need some cryos. I really didn't need cryos here. I could probably just use a conduit, but I don't really care. We'll need 1 matter transmitter. We'll need 1 matter receiver. And then we'll need the dialing device. Awesome. First thing we want to do is kind of name these. I'm going to name this one away because this is going to be the one we stand on. It's going to teleport us to the other dimension. And then we're going to name this one home. And then we'll know that, you know, anytime we kind of step on one of these, it sends us home. And I know which one to choose. Now that I have a name, they kind of show up here. So the way this kind of works, so this is away. So this is actually the transmitter, right? So it kind of sees those. And if you have numerous, you can kind of select them in here. But I can just go away, then go to home. I can click dial. And you can see there, it actually says, you know, transport ready, I think. It said something ready. It said dial. What's it say? No, I guess it's dial okay. As long as you have power in there and step on it, just send us here for there. I mean, that's not much, but that's all you have to do to really set up that teleport, and that's pretty cool. We're going to use this one, because when we teleport on the other side, there'll be a matter receiver there, but there won't be a matter transmitter, so we can't actually get back, which reminds me, we'll probably need a dialing device. I mean, we can come back other ways, but I'm just going to do it this way for all that matters. There we go. I mean, we could use a book. Actually, I don't even know if I have my Ender book anymore. I can't remember. Anyway, you get done, man. What else are we going to need? We're going to need some other stuff here. Maybe, I don't know. We could go and... I want to make sure our dimension works, because there's a chance. I mean, I've had sometimes, even when I set up a dimension properly, sometimes it doesn't always work perfectly. I think I have this one set up right. I think this one will work. But, we do need to make some other stuff too. I'm just kind of thinking here. We are going to make a builder. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and make a builder. Do that. I probably don't have bricks. Yeah. Probably need more bricks too, won't we? We'll need this kind of brick. Only have one. Go ahead and drop them off. Probably grab a stack of bricks and a stack of bricks. And we're going to use a builder to just mine all this stuff. It's going to be the quickest way to do it, I think. Anyway, let's grab our builder. And we would also need a shape card. That's why I made the bricks, right? There we go. Sweet. And then we will need a, not a pump. We want the quarry. What do we need out of the quarry? Oh, diamond shovel and diamond pick. Sweet. Grab them. Go ahead and actually make our shape card. Awesome. Then probably switch this one. We really don't need the dirt one anymore. At all. We could probably just use the clearing in this dimension for all that matters. Yeah, that one right there. Let's go ahead and grab that. And that's just going to clear out everything for all that it matters. And that should be pretty good there. We'll need a ender chest, right? Because the items will need a place to go. Probably do this one. Probably do two of those. Cool. That works. And I want like, let's grab some cactus green. I'll set it to a green channel. Seems appropriate for blocks of emerald, right? So do you, and just get that stuff kind of converted over there. Awesome. And then you can just mine that down. That looks pretty good. And we're almost done. Okay, so we're gonna do that. We're gonna set up the mine. We're gonna pull the items back. Once we pull them back, we're probably gonna run them through a condenser. We may come back and do the next upgraded condenser. Because the next level of condenser, the MK2, is going to have it has two slots. It has the input side and output side. Side. It makes automating this a lot easier. But we'll be able to compress this down to whatever block has the most EMC. What it has? I saw something that had a ton of EMC. Yeah, red matter furnaces have 10 million. I'm just looking for anything that has the most EMC. It's like, just makes the EMC really easy to move around. Red matter furnace may be what we end up using. Anyway, that's pretty cool. Are you almost finished, man? That's taking forever. And okay, this is almost built here. I'm just going to add some more power to this machine. Kind of speed it up. Yeah, this is going to speed up. That's definitely speeding up by adding power to the different sides. And it was just going too slow, man. I forget the ARC tool machines are usually sided like that. But that's pretty cool. I think that's working. Is it filling the buffer? Is it done? Yeah, there we go. Just making sure the machine was filling up. Anyway, that's done. Our dimension is actually all powered up. It's got a 400 million power buffer in it, but it takes 100,000 a tick, so it wouldn't take long to kind of drain that. So we really need to always make sure that is kind of chunk loaded, actually. We should chunk load all of this. Also the transmitters as well. Sorry, the matter receivers. I think that all needs to be chunk loaded. Let's go. Oh no, don't hold shift system. You know what? Let's just do all this. There we go. For all that it matters, and then we'll go like that right there. There we go. Everything's chunk loaded down the side of the room. So that's pretty cool, pretty awesome, pretty done. We can actually dial that dimension now. So that is cool. We're going to go ahead and make one more item here, though. We're going to make a dislocator from Draconic. We're going to go ahead and make one of those. Kind of get that. Then we're going to need some Draconium. We'll need 3 of those, I think. No, it was 4, wasn't it? Then we'll need a bunch of Ender Pearl. Grab like that many. This is just a teleportation item. Really easy to craft, so I figured we might as well go ahead and do that one. That way I have a second way of getting back. I do want to set up this other teleporter, though. Because if I ever forget this teleporter, you have no way to getting back, right? So it's nice to be, you know, double safe, right? And do that. Probably grab 3 of them. That's good, and that's good. Okay. Let's go get this crafted. We'll have to head over to the Draconic section. Apparently this is the section of Draconic. I don't know why I kind of put it that way, but that's fine. Go ahead and get the Ender Pearls in here. Sweet. And this is a pretty sweet little teleporter anyway. I do prefer it over that Ender Book. Not a big fan of that thing. It's a little weird. It feels cheaty. It just feels straight up cheaty, especially having it that early in the pack. And I never use FTB teleporting. A lot of you guys always complain at me for not doing that. I just don't like using the FTB teleporting. That feels super cheaty. So you don't have to do anything to use that thing. Just slash home. You know what I mean? Just super cheaty all around. And we'll do that. Click start. Go ahead and get that done. Get that finished. That's awesome. And pull out our advanced. This thing uses Ender Pearls as fuel. So if you go to here, shift right click with it, you go to add fuel, just hold shift and hit the button. If you do the hold shift one, it adds 16 at a time. Otherwise, it just adds 1, right? So yeah, it takes way more time. This way it takes way less. There we go. And apparently that was a quest as well. So let's go ahead and grab that one. Go grab that puppy. Claim that. Skullfire Sword. Yes, I know I can craft it, but it's not the same. It's not the same as getting it free. Every time I say I wanted a Skullfire now, 3 people tell me I could just craft it. Anyway, that's totally not the point. So I think we have everything we need. Let's go ahead and grab the Mega Torch. Mega Torch. Sweet. Go ahead and grab that. Probably get one of them. Just so we don't have to deal with mobs over there, because there will be mobs in that dimension. Just grab a stack of them. Probably burn that one. And that looks good. I think we have everything we need here. We're just going to set a teleport. Probably right here. We'll just call this one home. So we'll just go add new. We'll name it. And then we'll just hit enter. And that'll give us a teleport. Anytime I want to go home now, just bam. Right there. Right there. I just land on this block. So that's pretty cool. We already dialed the dimension, I think. I'll just do it again to make sure. And we're just going to head through. We should be good to go. Pretty awesome. Okay. So yeah, we're almost done, man. And we'll be getting massive EMC here in a couple seconds. As long as my world loads in right. But I think we do have an emerald dimension. I don't think I could have messed this up at all. Yeah, there we go. Look at all the emeralds, man. We just got some passive mobs around. Let's drop a mega. You might see some of those buildings over there too. Those are like villager buildings. Kinda, I guess. Not really. They're just our tools dimension buildings, I guess. And there are like random dimlets in them. Like I don't really need these at all, but I'll just kind of show you real quick. Do that. See here, you get some kind of dimlet parts. So there's a material dimlet, cobblestone jelly bean. So it's actually one of the chiseled versions, which is really odd. But I could make a dimension out of that with that kind of component. And you also get other ones, right? Like what's this? This is a mob dimlet. Control what type of mob can spawn. Well, that's just the default one. Is there a mob dimlet? Is there a no mob one? I was really curious if there's like a way to make no mobs. I guess you could set it to something like, I don't know, a certain one, then you don't have to deal with that one. You get glowstone. I'm just curious. Every once in a while you get really lucky. Chiseled red sandstone. Nope. There you go. I know someone told me once before they found a UU matter one. I just like, it was in a pack where using UU matter and really needed it. Just imagine finding that. The amount of luck on that be a totally just amazing thing to find. Just gonna drop a couple more of these though. Those oil things that are just from thermal, I believe, it's just crude oil. But I don't think we're gonna be needing that all. Shouldn't affect our builder at all, so I'm not really worried about that. Do that. We do have chance cubes, so they are a bit of a problem. But we can deal with that really easy as well. Let's set up our teleporter so we actually have a way to get back in case things go horribly awry. Do that. Grab, I guess, you and you. Go ahead and grab a point. Pop that right there. I already see we forgot something too. You guys never reminded me to get a lever, so I'm going to have to go get one of those. That's fine. Let's go pop that down. Use not a builder. Let's grab our dialing device. Do that right there. Make sure it is set to home and dial it. So anytime we need to go home now, we can just go there. If we ever forget this thing, because I could just use that instead. I'm going to lay down the builder and get everything set up though. So we're going to pop the builder there. We're going to have to set the shape card. Let's go to this. Let's go to set that up to the max level. If you hold shift, you have that charge button, right? If you hold shift, it kind of degrades the level. If you don't, it just charges them up. And then we can change the settings on that too, right? Tall shot, wide shot, long shot. Is it tall shot that we want? If I go tall shot, it takes down 3 at once, right? Yeah, cool. Okay, let's do that. And we need to set the card, right? So we're going to grab that. We're going to just shift right click. Right. Oh, we need to do the builder first. Then shift right click there. Then we're going to dig all the way down the bedrock. Then we can just come back up. And then have all the offsets set for us. Because I really only want it to... Oh, we got a problem. Why is this stuff here? This should not be in this biome. Oh, that changes everything. I'm going to have a way to deal with that. Huh. So we're going to get things in the builder outside of just emerald. How am I going to deal with that? I guess I could just do it. I could fix that easy, actually, now that I think of it. Let's go and grab our shape card. Sweet. Because, yeah, I was thinking we'd only get emerald, because usually these dimensions are just kind of nothing, right? I figured the no feature would deal with stuff with that, but apparently it is, like, same as it didn't deal with that oil. It must be just not set up in the mod to kind of deal with those features. Anyway, we will deal with that. One extra problem. Oh, no. I just destroyed everything. We need to get some power on this, so let's do that. We need to go back and get a lever, a trash can, and something else. Something with a blacklist, maybe just conduit. Let's go ahead and teleport back, because we're almost ready. We just need to kind of get the last part of this done. Let's grab Darren, let's grab a trash can. And then, yeah, once we have this set up, we just need to set up some condensers, and then we're pretty much finished all around. Go ahead and get that puppy set up. So I can just turn that on, right? Oh, I didn't actually set the... Let's turn that off for a second. I didn't set the dimensions for it. Let's grab 512 by 512. Awesome. And now we can turn that on. I think. Yes, it's grabbing all the items. It did find a dirt though, and I need to deal with that. So let's go ahead, use that dirt actually. Head over here. Let's go ahead. I could tell it to just void off dirt, but it could hit into other stuff too, right? So let's actually tweak this a bit. I grab this, I could tell it to void off all this stuff, right? Sweet. That's good. But it's also going to find other things. Like those are the actually additions caves. They have crystals and stuff in them, stuff like that. Plus I don't know what else it's going to run into from other mods. So instead, all I'm going to do is, like I said, grab that. I'm going to make sure it's set to extract. We're going to go set a filter, right? The filter is going to be just block of emerald. We're going to set that to a blacklist and then just tell it to extract always and to insert. And there we go. Then anytime anything other than ender pearl comes in here, hopefully it'll get rid of it because some of it might not be able to be used for EMC. And I just don't want to have to deal with it. I figured this is a good way. So let's do that. Got our extract speeds. That's awesome. And yeah, we should be able to just do that now. Is that on? Yeah, that's on. And that's good to go. So let's actually chunk load this puppy. Let's go claim. Maybe like that. Don't hold shift. Wait a second. Why'd that one work? Okay, there we go. Now we can chunk load it. Awesome. So that's chunk loaded. Don't have to worry about that now. Everything will stay chunk loaded there. We can actually head back. Let's actually set a teleport here though. Let's go to... Also, never hit this set here button unless you really want to. because what that does is actually set whatever one you have currently selected to these coordinates. So yeah, you need to be a little careful with that. Let's go to add new. Let's go to Emerald, I guess we'll call this one. So if I ever need to come back here, I just can. Sweet. And we just shift and then scroll wheel with your mouse to kind of switch between them. But we're just going to go home for now. And I guess the last thing we need to do is grab some condensers, right? We only got 3 right now. Did I put these in here? Wait a second. I know I definitely put those in there. Why aren't those in there? What? Oh, right there. It said it learned it though, right? Yeah, when I first made that, I put that in there, right? That actually kind of concerns me. Wait a second, I've had more recipes than this in here. I feel like I forgot some of its recipes. Unless I told it to forget at one point. I don't remember doing that. Anyway, I'm not going to worry about that right now. Let's go ahead and do a little temporary setup with the condensers. Let's grab some translocators. Probably need a couple of them. So let's go to trans. Probably grab that. Probably need some glowstone as well. Glowstone. Awesome. We'll want some red matter. Also good. Probably just set this back here somewhere for now. Kind of get this going. Come on. You can dig it. Just going to set it back in the wall somewhere for all that matters. Cool. Let's go ahead and get this set up here. So all we're going to do is put down a block, throw down this ender chest. This ender chest should be full of emeralds. If I pull it out, do we instantly get more? We do. That's what we want to see. Let's go and set up our 4 condenser chests. That should be good. We may need more of these chests. I don't know how fast this is going to be honest. We'll see. Throw down some translocators. Actually, we might not need to. We'll see. Really depends on things. I should be able to throw glowstone on all of these. That makes it so the translocators actually move a stack at a time. So it makes them really quick. Ooh. Oh, I didn't get translocators on all of these somehow. There we go. Get that off. And then just tell them to insert into all of these little chesties. Cool. And then we'll want to set a filter here. So let's do that. And it's going to kind of fill up this one first probably. Because this thing doesn't have any way to really do the sorting. That's fine. Let's go ahead and get it into all of these. So this one as well. Cool. And this one. Awesome. So yeah, it's just going to start making tons of that stuff. It's going to end up filling this one that'll end up spilling over to the next one. This thing, I mean, it's pulling it as fast as it can get it. And yeah, you can see there, it's having no problem. Just pull out massive amounts of emerald. Really quickly. Well, that's pretty cool. And it's getting, I mean, every time it makes one of those, that's another, what, 1.8 million EMC. So we are getting EMC. I'm actually curious what's going to happen here, though. Yeah, that's going to be a problem. Huh. Oh, well. I'll have to deal with that, but at the same time, not that big a deal. The EMC is coming in. The way I'm going to deal with that, we need to make the next energy condenser, so the MK2s. So we're going to have to get to those. We'll probably get to those at the start of the next video. For now, I can just turn these on and off whenever I do to. But every time it does this, I mean, we've made another 100 million EMC. So, I mean, there's 100 million. We've already made like 500 million EMC just in a couple seconds here. And that last setup over there, which I did with the mob farm, which gave me the 1.7 billion EMC, whatever it was, that took like 4 hours. So, yeah, pretty amazing, pretty awesome, and pretty cool. And I think I'm actually going to wrap this one up here. We'll get to the next condenser in the next video. That'll clean up that whole setup. And then we'll actually start getting to the infinity catalyst. So that'll be pretty awesome as well. But I am going to end this one here. So as always, if you guys like this video, please hit that like button. If you really liked it, hit that subscribe button. It's always appreciated. Well, you guys all have a good one. I'll see you guys in that video. Later.